Okay guys, so I feel like this video needed to be made to answer some questions because the same things keep popping up in the comment section and it's just like beating a dead horse. So I did do a meet on April 7th and it was a disaster. This was 10 weeks after the meet where I totaled 2100, so it didn't go very well. I hit my opener on squat and then I scratched my next two attempts because everything felt horrible. I hadn't really squatted at all in the meet prep, but I didn't really either going into the 771 squat in January, 10 weeks prior. Bench, I only hit my opener. I missed my second, I scratched my third. Bench felt weak. That was, I missed like 446, which I've done easily before. I've done 463 in meets. And then on deadlift, I pulled 799 pretty well for my opener, and then 400 wasn't there. So it was just a very awful meet. And there was a lot of things I needed to change as far as my training. So that's what happened with the meet. As far as what everybody's saying, everybody's always like, hey man, weren't you pulling 900, a year ago, or haven't you already pulled 920 or something? Why are you only pulling like 800 now? And there's a few things as far as that. Like, I have been training for the last 3 meets. Yeah, the last 3 meets. So almost, I think that's 8-10 months. About 10 months I've been training on just the squat bar. So on a squat bar, I got up to like 865, and I barely missed 880, which the squat bar doesn't bend at all. So it's like I don't really know where I was on a deadlift bar, like when I hit the 920. And when I hit the 920, I had all pound plates on there, which you go out to the end, they create more flex. It's a lot easier. So right now I'm training with all the kilos I have, and then I'll use pound plates as well. But it definitely makes it slower off the floor. It's tougher to break off the ground. I'm also not peaked 24/7. I'm not peaked year round, guys. I'm not riding bicycles year round. Like, you give your body a break. If I'm on a cruise ship, I'm not gonna be hitting what I'm hitting when I'm, 2 weeks out from a meet on a full bicycle. It's just not the same. So that's another thing. Now I am going back to the deadlift bar. I'm just using the deadlift bar solely just the deadlift bar now in my training leading up to the August 25th meet, which is 16 weeks away. That's the next big meet. I'm not on a bicycle yet. The meet will be either the Pioneer Lifter Appreciation meet or Boss of Bosses. They're the same day. I don't know which one I'm doing yet. I'm gonna kind of see what everybody else does, but I feel like I needed to get a bigger name meet under my belt against some of the better guys. Just because it's been about a year. I did Boss of Bosses last year. That was only push-pull because of my disc. So, it's been a good year already. I've hit 2100 in January. The April meet was terrible, but I've changed some things with my training as well. I'm now working with Chris Nicolai. He's my coach. And this is funny actually because I coached him in the past. And he's a guy from my gym. He's a super heavyweight lifter. He's just a guy from my gym, a good buddy of mine. And he knows what he's doing. He's working with some people as well, his own clients, and I fully trust everything he's putting me through. We basically came up with, we took the Smolov base mesocycle and we extended it out. So it's basically 3 days of Smolov a week instead of 4. And then I'm doing paused high bar squats. And then he figured out the weights and all that and dialed in the rest. And he's got all the accessory and all that kind of stuff. So far it's been very successful. For me to pull 800 with, most of the weights being kilo plates after doing 40 reps of squats in the off season when I'm not on a bicycle, that's incredible. I don't think I've ever done that. So strength is actually really high right now. I've done more squats in the last 3 weeks. We just started week 4. So he's been working with me ever since the meet. This is week 4 we just started. I've done more squats in 3 weeks than I've done in the last probably 5 years. And that's no exaggeration. I've squatted more in 3 weeks than the last 5 years. So, you could look at that like I've had major hip issues They're not. They're a lot better now. That's why you guys saw the butt wink. People are always, ragging about the butt wink. The butt wink's almost gone now. It's almost completely gone because I just needed to gain that range of motion back through my hips because I hadn't been squatting. So that range of motion has returned. My hips have loosened up. Everything is feeling much better, and I'm not having the butt wink. If you'll notice in the videos on my Instagram or on Chris's Instagram, if you check out Chris's Instagram, he's putting up pretty much everything in my training as far as my squats. You're gonna see a ridiculous progression on my squat going into this next meet. So I'll leave the link to his Instagram in the description, and you can see a lot of footage that I haven't put up anywhere else. But you can see from week 1 to now, the butt wink is gone. My squat is looking so much better, and this is just high bar, and this is the off season. So it's like once we get to low bar and we get right before a meet, then I think the numbers are gonna be big. This is the most I've squatted in 5 years, like all together, more squats in 3 weeks than 5 years, and you're just gonna see things start to take off. I'm not even pulling that much, but my deadlift has sprung up because I've been doing all this squatting. So my legs are finally growing. Like I've already put 1.5 inches on my quads in 3 weeks, which is astonishing. So Chris knows what he's doing, and we're gonna shock a lot of people, I think. Like we're coming out in August to show people that we're no joke. Like we're coming to play. And I think a lot of people, you have a bad meet, they write you off, or they just, if I'm not pulling 900 plus in the gym, they write me off. But I think the way things are going, we'll be back to those 900 plus pound pulls in the gym. And with the transition to hook grip, I'm feeling pretty good about things, because that was another major change I made. I just was like, all right, I need to figure out this hook grip thing. Mainly because, not even for the grip purpose, I didn't feel like my grip was giving out in meets, but being able to hold the bar double overhand, I knew that I wouldn't get that helicopter effect, because the helicopter effect is the main thing that kills me in meets. So if I can keep the bar in real tight on both sides, big numbers are gonna fall. So hook grip's feeling good so far. I'm just gonna stick with it. We just got a really good game plan in place. And right now I weigh 239. So I've lost, I think, 11 pounds. I normally walk around at about 251, but obviously I don't have all the help right now. So I'm 239 right now. Just hit an 800-pound deadlift with straps. I did the 766 hook grip after 40 reps of squats. So this in the off season. And then we've only been going for 3 weeks. I'm telling you, wait and see what happens in another 3 weeks and another 6 weeks. And then when we're 3 weeks out from the meet. So I'm very excited about this. We got some big things coming. But I thought I should touch base with everybody. I appreciate the support. Keep following along. Check out those videos, link in the description. Thank you guys.